ladies and gentlemen, to the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model portion of the Sunday Fun Day tonight at the Knoxville Speedway. Double check myself there real quick, but here at the Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa. 73 degrees, 71% real humidity. And welcome everybody. Once again here, the Ultimate Dirt TV Miller Family Trucking Esports Racing League, World of Thunder Esports League, hosting tonight's Pro Late Model finale. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go trackside for playing the national anthem as we prepare for qualifying action here at the Speedway. Back here live with the Ultimate Dirt TV as we get ready for Pro Late Model qualifying here. The CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models getting ready for their final night here as we go through our prelim sessions here, getting ready for tonight's final A main. So we'll have probably 4 heat races. They will be 8 laps apiece, and everybody will go into the prelim. And then from the prelim, we'll go into tonight's A main, where we'll believe it'll be the top 10 drivers will transfer over into tonight's A main. We'll have some downtime during a server change, and then after that server change, we will run a quick track session. Get drivers out there, a quick hot lap, get those tracks set up into tonight's A main event. But they got about 50 seconds here left before we go into qualifying action. So far, quick time right now, Mike Augustine on top of the charts here. And Logan Rumsey will bid that one out with 40 seconds left in the practice session. So pretty much a drivers meeting finished and concluded. There's drivers making their way around the speedway, getting ready for tonight's action. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Ultimate Dirt TV, and hopefully you enjoyed tonight's coverage at the Knoxville Raceway. Let's see. Few moments here and we'll go under qualifying. '74 machine of Tyson Ulicki, awaiting qual to take place, and here we go. And waiting on the timing tower to pop up here. I have to do it this way. Qualifying underway here. Watching the 41 of Logan Rumsey right now in that number 41 machine. Post a good time down here. And this lap, not what he was looking for here. Austin Hines or Colin Murphy, 17.951. Josh Fuller to the top of the board now, 17.904. Colin Murphy, 17.951. P2. Damian Kiefer to the top of the board, 17.876. Damian Kiefer in the 18 machine, posting quick time on the speedway so far. See Damian Kiefer down there. We'll see if anybody can top that 17.876 in the server. This is the bottom server here tonight. Hoping to see maybe a little Alex Robinson here in a little bit. Already prepared some stuff for him. So we'll see if he can get here as Damian Kiefer stays on top. Mike Augustine goes to P2, 17.884. Jarrett Jones to P4, 17.896. Alex McCollum goes P5, 17.903. Jarrett Jones is 45 machine. Damian Kiefer still stays quick time so far. Looking right now, let's see if anybody can top the charts here. Excuse me. Logan Rumsey tries once again here. Gonna only go to P6, 17.907. We'll see if Rumsey can get a good lap going here to take the pole spot. 40 seconds left in qual, and right now, Damian Kiefer sits on top of the charts, and Logan Rumsey, second time. Not much better, 17.907 is where he will stay, and we'll see if we can get this time down here in the boards. Can he go to the top of the charts? It doesn't look very promising as he pulls it down. He didn't like it. So Rumsey gonna settle in here. 17.907 for P6. Take a look here. Tyson Ulicki on the speedway. See what his first time is here. See, he locks in 17.876 for Tyson Ulicki. Nope, that is going. Actually, does he tie that up? Let's look at this here. Tyson Ulicki. Looks like it might not have took the time. It was a late entry there, so might not have worked out for him. Waiting to go out for that qual lap. As your heat race number 1, 8-lap starting grid coming to you in just a moment for the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models. Waiting for the drivers to make their way out of staging here. A couple of them making their way down there. We'll go ahead and get our starting grid listed here. CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Heat Race number 1, starting in P7 will be Dylan Wilson out of California. Starting in P6, Ross Burnett in the 122. Out of the Mid-South, we'll start P6. Starting P5 will be Braden Burnett in the 22 machine out of the Mid-South region. Starting outside of row number 2 is going to be the 22 machine of Hunter McCoy out of the Mid-South Mafia shop. Out of the Sidebite Motorsports shop, it'll be the number 53 of Scott Smith starting 3rd. You have the number 1 of Alex McCollum starting in position number 2 out of New Jersey. And starting on the pole out of the Team VLR shop will be Damian Kiefer in the 18. There's your 7-car starting lineup here. Looks like Dylan Wilson may or may not make the call here. We're waiting on him to come down to the speedway, so making some last minute adjustments here as we await him to join the field for heat race number 1. As it looks like Dylan Wilson going to be scratch on the field for heat race number 1. Field rolling off a pit road here. So it'll be Alex McCollum, Damian Kiefer, Hunter McCoy, Scott Smith, Braden Burnett, Ross Burnett. Your starting field for heat race number 1. Well, thank everybody for tuning in to the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Series here, the Knoxville Raceway here tonight for the final stop in their season. I'm not going to disclose any details on this upcoming season, but right now should be iRacing.com official pace car pulling to the infield. Green flag is out. CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Series Heat Race number 1 underway as Damian Kiefer drives off into turns 1 and 2, looking strong down the back straight away. Battle for second right now, Alex McCollum and Scott Smith. Looking pretty strong here. Smith on the bottom, McCollum to the outside. McCollum hanging on to P2 right now as we begin lap 2, working our way down the back straight away off of turns 1 and 2. Damian Kiefer hanging onto the front spot right now over Scott Smith in the 53, finally getting around Alex McCollum. He will take that spot. McCollum slides to P3. McCollum not giving up easy. He uses the crossover to the bottom side now. The 53 of Smith holds it down just a little bit. They're trying to keep it down. Most of the field almost scraping the wall there as they went down the back straightaway. We'll begin lap 4 of 8 here. So next time by, we'll see the cross flags for Damian Kiefer. Damian Kiefer, your current race leader, over Scott Smith. McCollum in 3, Hunter McCoy 4, and Braden Burnett running out your top 5. Right now, that battle for that 5th spot is underway. It's also a good battle for that 2nd spot. So, 2 great battles going on the speedway right now between McCollum, Smith, and McCoy and Burnett. Braden Burnett in the 22 doing battles. So, we got 2 22s on the speedway. One of them supposedly has a 1 in it. Might just be 2 22s as far as training pace go. Contact between McCollum and Smith. So a little bit there to move somebody out of the way, and we'll see if McCollum hangs on to that attrition here. Looks like they're going to pretty much even it out here, and McCollum going to go back to P3 down the back straightaway. Tip of the green in the air, 2 laps to go this time by. Still a great battle going on for that 2nd spot right now, and you can see McCollum and Smith going at it. Kiefer out front right now. You can see McCollum sticking his left front tire up on the wall. Contact, get pushed up just a little bit there. That's going to allow McCollum to take away the 2nd spot. And Smith now going to drive it in here in that 3rd spot. As we come to the line this time by, white flag will be out for Damian Kiefer. White flag is out. As they work their way into 1 and 2. Kiefer going to have the race lead. Smith going to try the bottom side here through 1 and 2. McCollum going to run away a little bit here, gap it out. Carly and 2 Carly and start going into 3 and 4. Coming to the stripe here, it's going to be Damian Kiefer picking up the win. Coming home in 2nd will be Alex McCollum. 3rd will go to Scott Smith. 4th will go to Hunter McCoy. 5th will go to Braden Burnett. 6th, Ross Burnett. And 7th, Dylan Wilson. It's your heat race number 1 finishing results for the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models. Heat race number 2 making their way to the staging lane. Looks like we have 5 of our 6 scheduled drivers. And looks like we have all 6 now. So your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model starting grid for heat race number 2 goes away like this. Starting P6 out of the Mid-South in the 87 machine will be Daniel Elkins. Starting P5 on the inside of number 3 will be the 82 out of Sidebite Motorsports. That's Jason Korn. Starting in P4 outside of number 2 in the 44 machine is Jake Colley out of Carolina. Starting P3 out of Rocket Esports, that is the 10 of Jason Salter. Starting outside of number 1 out of Pennsylvania in the 41 machine is Logan Rumsey. And starting on the pole will be the 19 out of Pennsylvania, Mike Augustine. It's your starting grid for heat race number 2. The field working their way down the back straight away. Mike Augustine and Logan Rumsey will bring us down. Green flag is out. We're off to racing side by side to the start-finish line. Augustine gets a good jump on the field. Here comes Jason Salter to P3. Salter now battling with Jake Colley. Colley on the outside, side by side for P3 and 4. Logan Rumsey hanging on to the 2nd spot right now. Jason Salter trying to slide his car in and secure the 3rd spot. He will do so. That's going to cause Colley to brake check a little bit. He's got company now. Jason Korn trying to take over P4. Right now it's Augustine out front. Rumsey is right there. Rumsey failed to put down a qual time that was beneficial of a starting spot. A little better than I think he wanted, but he's able to start decently in the heat race. And he's definitely making it known now as he is trying to get around Mike Augustine in that 19 machine for that 1st spot. As this time by, we'll start lap 4 of 8. Jason Salter not wanting to be counted out of this one. He is right there on the heels of the 41 of Rumsey. Salter and Rumsey Getting ready to battle for that second spot. Rumsey wants to do battle with the leader, though, so we'll see if Rumsey can get his nose inside the left rear quarter panel of the 19 Augustine. As right now, it looks like the 10 Assault are not wanting to watch either of those drivers drive away, and he's trying to take position on the second place running 41 of Logan Rumsey. Everybody single file right now except for Rumsey trying to look to the inside of the 19 Augustine, and Rumsey hard up on the berm. Salter has to check up a little bit. That's going to allow Augustine to run away just a little bit. There's tip of the green in the air. 2 laps remain. And heat race number 2. 2 laps to go here as they cross the stripe. Looking right now at Rumsey. Rumsey making that small mistake. Salter had to check up for it. Looking now here is Salter still running P3, Colley still P4, Jason Korn still P5. Everybody pretty much in the running order from the way it started here in heat race number 2. Like Augustine going to come across the line this time, and he will pick up the white flag. 1 to go signal here from the flag stand as Mike Augustine makes it look easy here around the Knoxville Raceway. Augustine working his way to the bottom of 3 and 4 to the line this time by Rumsey. Tries the bottom, extreme bottom, not going to happen. Mike Augustine in 19 will pick up the heat race number 2 win. Logan Rumsey will come home P2. Jason Salter in the 10 will come home P3. Jake Colley will finish 4th. Jason Corner round out your top 5, and Daniel Elkins will finish 6th. So that'll do it for your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Heat Race number 2. We'll get ready for heat race number 3. 6 drivers, 8 laps. Still awaiting Kenneth Payne to join the staging lane. There we go. As he rolls up here, we'll go through your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Heat Race number 3 starting grid. Starting on the tail in the 6th spot outsider number 3. Out of the West region is the 100 machine of Kenneth Payne. Starting in P5. Insider number 3 is the 32. Out of the Mid-South is Austin Hines. Starting outside of row number 2 is Hagen Sorensen from Sorensen Racing in the number 16. And starting at P3, the Gas Monkey Sim Sports number 09 of Colin Murphy. Starting outside the front row will be Craig Stykes in the 29 out of the Mid-South region. And starting on the pole is the Rocket Esports number 12 of Josh Fuller. We'll catch up to the field here as they make their way down the back straightaway. And we're going to go green flag racing here off of 3 and 4, and a little bobble from about the front 2 rows, and that allows Josh Fuller to get a good start here. Fuller off to the races down into 1 and 2. He's got company. Here comes the 29C. That is Stykes. Stykes working around the top side of the racetrack. Everybody on the bottom pitch getting left behind. Colin Murphy going to drop back a spot. Hagen Sorensen in the 16 will move up 1 spot. I think Sorensen's in a 45 machine. And it is, and then you got the 9 machine right behind him of Colin Murphy. Murphy lost a spot there on that initial start, but right now, Josh Fuller out front, the number 12, leading your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Heat Race number 3. Right now, a little battle going on back here for the 3rd spot. Hagen Sorensen and Colin Murphy getting ready to go at it here, and it looked like he fell right back in the line there after they come off the corner, so the momentum played a role there on the exit of turn 4. Down the back straight away we go with the number 12 of Fuller. Great racing so far here this evening at the Knoxville Raceway. And then you get better this evening as the track widens out, so you don't want to miss the A main coming up here for your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models. And then we also have the Super Late Models. The Case Construction Super Late Model Series will be following the A main of the Pro Lates here, the CNC Racing Designs Pro Lates, as they come across the line this time by cross flags for your race leader, Josh Fuller. You got the 29C machine of Craig Stykes right now in P2, and he's got company Hagen Sorensen in the 45, trying to make a move for that 2nd spot here. Just over halfway home in tonight's heat race number 3 for your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models. And I tell you, really wide there for Stykes in the 29. Might be able to help keep some momentum up. He might have a run for the 12 of Fuller before this heat race is over, as the tip of the green is out 2 to go. So we'll be coming out the stripe this time by. We'll get the 2 to go signal. 2 laps remain for your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models. Here comes Stykes trying to dial up a move here on the inside. Not going to happen out of turn 2 this time. Looks like he lost a little momentum there. We'll see what happens in 3 and 4. He keeps looking for that spot, looking for a way to get his nose in there. Not going to happen. Looks like the 12 of Fuller with a better run. Good momentum. White flag is out one more trip around for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3. You see 5 cars here all together. And Kenneth Payne making a mistake. 6 seconds, or about 2 seconds back, almost 3 seconds back as they come off of turn 4. It's going to be the 12 of Josh Fuller picking up the heat race number 3 win. Coming home in 2nd, Craig Stykes. 3rd, Hagen Sorensen. 4th, Colin Murphy. 5th is Austin Hines. And coming home in 6th is Kenneth Payne. That's your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Heat Race number 3 results. As we get ready for your 4th and final heat race here tonight, as they make their way to staging. And these guys are eager to get on the call here, so we'll go ahead and roll with the starting grid for CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Heat Race number 4. Starting on the tail will be Kyle Rozek in the 602 machine out of the United States. Starting P5 will be James Braswell Jr. in the 109 machine out of the Mid-South Mafia shop. Starting outside of number 2 is Tyson Ulicki out of the United States in the 74 machine. Starting P3, the 4-link Motorsports number 46 of Matthew Selby. Starting outside of row number 1, the 4-link Motorsports number 28 of Dylan Wilson. And starting on the pole, the 4-link Motorsports number 45 of Jarrett Jones. So 4-link Motorsports crew here going to have some sort of a dominating fashion in heat race number 4. And Jake Fields, thank you for tuning in here to the Ultimate Dirt TV broadcast here as we go check out what's going to happen here off of turn 4 as the field goes green here down the front straightaway in heat race number 4. We're underway. 8 laps is the distance. And Jarrett Jones going to jump out to the lead in the 45 machine. Dylan Wilson in 46 right there with them. The 6 machine, or 6 machine of Dylan Wilson, I should say. And Matt Selby in the 46 is right there as well. So 3-car battle for the lead already. These guys are going to try to take over the race lead. And right now that battle's going to be for 2nd now, as Dylan Wilson and Matt Selby allow Jarrett Jones to sneak away just a little bit, but not by much. Slight mistake here will put them right back in the clutches here. Right now the 6 machine of Dylan Wilson hanging on to P2. The 46 of Matt Selby looking to put a run down here as well. So all these guys, 4-link Motorsports drivers, to see how they play, or if they play nice with each other through this entire heat race. Right now the 74 machine of Tyson Ulicki trying to find a way to get into the top 3. Watching the race go on here for the top 3 spots. The 46 of Selby. True contact, and I tell you what, you're going to be able to straighten it out and keep going. Way to go. What a drive here for these guys. That's probably a good hands award there. He got bumped a little bit, and putting right back in the right direction. Checking out the battle up front, Jarrett Jones, your race leader, Matt Selby for P2. So unfortunately some unwarranted contact there. Going to push Dylan Wilson back to the 4th spot. So Jarrett Jones right now is we're over halfway home. Just over halfway home as we begin lap 6 of 8 here. We'll get that 2 to go signal next time by for Jarrett Jones. Matt Selby closing the gap here. 0.2 of a second. We'll see if he can make something happen with this 45 of Jarrett Jones. Seems like Selby has the momentum in all the right places here. Selby closes in a little bit. I don't think he's going to have time to do it though. We'll see. You never count out Selby, especially at a place like Knoxville. Knoxville's a big track. One slight mistake could cost you the whole thing. Here comes Selby to the outside. Selby battling for the race lead with the 2 lap to go signal. Here we come off at 3 and 4. We'll get the white flag. Selby looking strong on the high side. He's got the momentum. Can he make it happen? Is he going to get it done? White flag is in the air. Selby's still on the outside. Battle going on door to door down the back straightaway. Who will have it at the line? Here comes the slide job. Maybe nope. He's going to hold it down. Jones holds it to the bottom. Here comes Selby to the outside. Who's going to have the lead at the line? Selby pulls it down. Who's it? It's going to be Selby at the line. Matt Selby picks up the heat race number 4 win. Jarrett Jones comes home P2. Tyson Ulicki comes home 3rd. Take a look at those results here in just a moment. Quite the show of events here. So coming home 3rd is Tyson Ulicki, 4th Dylan Wilson, 5th will be James Braswell Jr., and 6th Kyle Rozek. That is your heat race number 4 finishing orders. We got a C-main action. We'll have 6 drivers, so we'll look at something real quick, so I apologize for the difference here. Looks like they took the top 3 transferring into the A from those heats, so we'll see 2 consolation races that are 10 laps apiece. So we'll go ahead and take a look at your starting grid for your first B main. So starting on the tail of the field will be Kenneth Payne in the 100 machine. Starting P5 out of the Mid-South will be the 122 of Ross Burnett. Starting P4 will be Austin Hines out of the Mid-South in the 32. Starting P3, the 22 of Braden Burnett out of the Mid-South. Starting outside pole will be Gas Monkey Sim Sports 9 of Colin Murphy. And starting on the pole, Hunter McCoy in the 22 out of the Mid-South Mafia Shop. So we'll take a look and see. I believe one of these drivers is not going to make it. It sounds like they're coming around here. Green flag is out. Looks like Hunter McCoy picking up the lead here as they work their way out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Hunter McCoy right now your race leader. Looks like a battle going to go for the third spot. Braden Burnett tries to go under Austin Hines. Hines going to have the momentum off the corner. Burnett in the slick, going to slide back to P4. Watching the battle for the race lead right now. Up front, Hunter McCoy and Colin Murphy. Working their way down the straightaway to begin lap 3 of 10. So we're putting some laps down here. I believe the features 60 laps probably for these. We'll see what the A-main is going to be. I know it's 18 laps for the prelim A-main. I believe top 10 will transfer out of it. Watching right now the 22 of Hunter McCoy working the way around the outside. Colin Murphy tried the bottom, didn't work. The 32 machine, Austin Hines hanging on a P3 over the 4th position runner right now, Braden Burnett. 5 laps in, 6 to go. 22 of McCoy continues to lead. Alex, how you doing, brother?
I am doing.
You gonna wait till the prelim server's over? Or you coming to join me now?
Either or, doesn't matter to me.
Oh, we got 2 B main. We're halfway through the first B main. There's another B main, and then there's the prelim A left in the server.
I can join you now. Let me just crack open a monster and I'll be ready.
10-4. Anyway, we got Alex Robinson going to join me here. We'll go ahead and finish this one out real quick. There's 3 laps to go this time by for Hunter McCoy. Colin Murphy looking to stick his nose in underneath right now, and you got the Capital Race Cars number 22 leading the field here in the first B main. Hunter McCoy, Colin Murphy, Austin Hines, Braden Burnett, Kenneth Payne, Ross Burnett, your current running order as they work their way around. 2 laps remain this time by for Hunter McCoy. Hunter McCoy across the stripe, tip of the green in the air, 2 laps remain. Here comes the 22 of Braden Burnett looking to get around Austin Hines for P3. Gonna make a little contact there. Looks like they're gonna be alright down the straightaway. We come to the 1 to go signal right now. Slide job engage. Here comes the crossover from Hines. Hines drives back under the 22. White flag is out. 1 more trip around. The battle's getting hot and heavy for the 3rd spot. Looks like Hunter McCoy may have the lead taken over. Hines and Burnett battling for the 3rd spot. Who's it going to be when they come across the line? Here comes Hunter McCoy trying to take home the win in the Consi, and it looks like he will do so. Colin Murphy will come home P2, and it looks like Austin Hines will take over the 3rd spot and control that spot here. Is Braden Burnett going to come home in 4th, Kenneth Payne 5th, and Ross Burnett 6th. That is your finishing results from B main number 1. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and go through the B main number 2 starting grid. Starting on the tail of the field is going to be the number 80 of Dylan Wilson out of California. Starting P6 will be Kyle Rozek of the United States in the 602. Starting inside of number 3 will be Daniel Elkins in the 287 out of the Mid-South. This is just the regular 87, my apologies. Starting outside of number 2 will be James Braswell Jr. out of the Mid-South Mafia Garage, the 109. Starting P4. Starting inside of number 2, Sidebike Motorsports number 82 of Jason Korn will start P3. Starting outside of number 1 will be Dylan Wilson out of the 4-Link Motorsports shop in the 28. And to his inside, starting the pole out of the Carolinas, will be the 44 of Jake Colley. So we'll get caught up here. Alex, if you want to take the start of this one, take over, you feel free, brother.
Here we go. Can you give me the timing and scoring link, please, sir?
Sure can.
Green flag is out here. The 44 machine going to lead them into turn number 1 and 2. Side-by-side action as they come out of 1 and 2 here. In the 3 and 4, still 2 by 2 they go. Side-by-side battles on for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Little contact there for the third spot. Caution flag is out.
Yeah, gotta pull that up there and see who that was for, but I'm certain it has to do with maybe Dylan Wilson, maybe. Looked like he might have left, so let's see what we got here. I might not like that start, to be honest. Let's see. Kyle Rozek and Daniel Elkin contact, according to what I'm seeing. Let's see what we got here. So the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay, and let's see what's going on here as they work their way through the corner. And yeah, it looked like a bobble from the 87 of Elkin, and unfortunately the 602 machine of Kyle Rozek going to be involved in this as well, and they're going to exchange some displeasures and cool their heads, and as we return to I-pacing here. Oh, that's not working, so I have to do it this way, unfortunately. Alrighty.
Here we go. Green flag back out. Cully going to lead them into turn number 1 and 2. Wilson in the second spot. Jason Korn, and the fourth spot is Braswell right now. But here comes Wilson. Side-by-side slide job by Dylan Wilson on Cully there. Side-by-side they come out of turn number 3 and 4 into turn number 1 and 2. They are both 2 by 2 they go. Oh boy, this racetrack looks to be a little bit more racy than I expected.
Yeah, a little wild here as far as racing, because I didn't expect the 6 machine of Wilson to be able to slide all the way across the nose of the 44 without making contact, but they made it work, and, well, as the tradition has it, Dylan Wilson goes to the lead, Korn hanging on to P2, James Braswell Jr. to P3, as Jake Colley to P4 now, and Dylan Wilson hanging on to the top 5, and he's up 2 spots from the beginning of this one, and I'd imagine maybe due to the caution, but either way, he is in the 5th position right now. As battle going right now, he decides to throw the slider here, but it was a very low sold slider, as he didn't really make anything off of that one, Alex.
So battle still going on here right now. They are single file though, as that top side along the cushion looks to be the way around the racetrack. It's Wilson, Korn, Braswell. Cully dropped back to 4th.
Yeah, so right now, biggest loser I'd say would have to be the 44 Colley, sliding all the way back 3 spots. As see Dylan Wilson still out front right now, but not by much, not a great big lead right now, as we have 4 laps to go now in B main number 2. So caution kind of slid the pace down a little bit. These guys definitely trying to find some momentum and some speed to catch up with your current race leader Dylan Wilson in the 6th, but Wilson just looking so strong right now. It's gonna be hard to find a line outside of the line he's running to try to make a move or to catch him or take that spot away.
Jason Korn trying to sneak to the inside there in both turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He tries to do it yet again. There you see the nose of him. Gets to the inside there of the quarter panel, but the outside line for Wilson is a little bit higher. Gets the run, holds on to the race lead here. But Korn going to try it yet again. See what Jason Korn is up to here, because he thinks he has something up his sleeve, but he's closing in on disappointment if he doesn't make the move soon.
Yeah, white flag is out here. One more trip around for the 6 of Wilson. And I was watching something a little screwy with that, but not exactly sure why. But we'll roll with it. Here's looks to be the 6 machine making his way around at the 82 of Korn as they come across the stripe here. Checker flags out. Dylan Wilson will take home the win. 2nd to Jason Korn. 3rd to James Braswell Jr. 4th to Jake Colley. Not sure what to call on the 5th one. Looks like there's another different number, Dylan Wilson. So I don't know if he's got somebody else that's at his place racing on the account. That's something for the admin team and race staff to look at. Not sure what that one would be unless he's got a sibling or something that's registered in the series and name needed changed or something. But anything's possible here with iRacing as long as you got the money. That don't see that they're too worried about it. But had to go through our race staff, so I'm sure there's something that we're not aware of, Alex, on that end.
Actually, there are two Dylan Wilsons.
Hmm. That's what I was saying. There's.
The 80 machine is the older Dylan Wilson.
Gotcha.
The one who won that B main is a younger Dylan Wilson who is not related at all. And is from, I think they're like from halfway across the country.
Huh.
So to confirm, there are two separate Dylan Wilsons. They just both happen to hop in the same server and be in the same B main.
So I haven't seen that the whole season that I've been here for like 4 weeks. So interesting to see.
Oh, they threw a curveball at you.
Yes, they did. Very good. Very nice job. Kudos. Alrighty, so A main starting grid coming at you here is 18 laps is the distance here, and I believe we don't top 10, right, Alex?
Top 10 will go on to your A main, your big A main of the night. No provisionals as well into the Pro Late models, and top 3 will go into a redraw.
Right on, so our 20 car starting grid will go away like this. Starting tailback on the field from back to front. Starting 22nd out of the Californias, the 80 of Dylan Wilson. Starting 21st will be Kenneth Payne in the 100.
Starting in the 20th spot, the 44, Jake Cully. Starting in the 19th spot, it's Braden Burnett.
Starting 18th, James Braswell Jr. Starting 17th will be Austin Hines.
Starting 16th, the 82, that's Jason Korn. To the 15th spot, the 09 of Colin Murphy.
Starting 14th will be Dylan Wilson, and to his inside, Hunter McCoy in the 22.
Starting in the 12th spot, it's Hagen Sorensen. And starting 11th, it's Tyson Ulecki.
Starting P10 will be Jason Salter, and to his inside, starting 9th is Scott Smith.
Starting in the 8th spot, it's the 45 of Jarrett Jones. Starting 7th, the 29, it's Craig Stykes.
Starting 6th, the 41 of Logan Rumsey, and to his inside, Alex McCollum in the 1.
Starting 4th, the 46, that's Matthew Selby. To the inside of row number 2, the 12, it's Josh Fuller.
Mike Augustine will start outside pole, and his inside Damian Kiefer, and the 18 will start P1 on the pole. That's your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model starting grid as the field getting ready for, I believe, an 18-lap shootout here to determine their starting spots for tonight's A main event. I believe Mr. Selby's family out there watching, but somebody out there, we got a Selby rooting on a Wilson.
Which Wilson, though?
She didn't say. She said, great job, Wilson. Fan of both, I guess. Lights down on the iRacing.com official pace car as it pulls to the infield. We'll be awaiting Damian Kiefer and Mike Augustine to lead us to green.
And the green flag is out here in your prelim feature. Number 1 of the night, Damian Kiefer out in front. And talk about a jump. Damian Kiefer got one there. Caution flag, though, is out.
Yep, looks like Scott Smith and Colin Murphy and maybe a tango of Kenneth Payne as the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay coming at you here. And we'll watch this here. I think it unfolded down the front straightaway going into 1. And there's the bump there. Unfortunately, some wild rides happening here for the 53 of Scott Smith. Everybody seems to drive away, but damage is not omitted here in the first incident here in prelim A main number 1. And of course, the Pro Late cameras broke, so we'll do that to get back caught up here. We'll look at Damian Kiefer, your current race leader.
Hello, Platzi. About time you showed up. Darn Australians always think it's on their time.
Yeah, see what you're talking about now.
Oh, I'm really going to trigger freaking Wheeler and Matt Bailey and everyone else with that comment.
Oh, boy. And talk about pulling triggers. Kiefer had one heck of a trigger pulled on that initial start, and unfortunately, back to the drawing board. We'll see if he can do it again here. While the admins attempt to straighten out the ordeal that occurred on the speedway, is we're a little eye pacing here. Lap 3 of 18, and Kiefer Augustine. Looking to see any big movers here just yet. And looks like Jake Colley and Dylan Wilson both up 3 spots already. It's like the older Dylan Wilson in the 80 up those spots. Scott Smith, biggest loser right now, back 13 spots all the way to the tail of the field with Colin Murphy back 6 spots as well. So there's an idea of moving right now. Most drivers from 9th on back at least up 1 spot.
So top 10 on to the Big A main. Top 3 go to redraw.
Uh-oh. Craig's calling you out over here, Alex.
Is he really?
Yep. How are you, Alex, the pretty ponies guy?
Oh, I love the pretty pony car.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Flatsy turning. Oh, every Wednesday night I get to see that car. I am very happy.
There looks to be maybe a single file restart. Which would be, unless they extended the caution and I'm not aware. But it looked like the lights were off on the pace car. We're just awaiting Spain for the W or I riot.
Well, it's one person rioting. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. Green flag back out here in the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model Prelim A main. And Damian Kiefer leading us back into 1 and 2 over Mike Augustine, Josh Fuller, Matt Selby, and Alex McCollum, your top 5.
Kiefer out in front, Mike Augustine, Josh Fuller, Selby, Rumsey, top 5 here. Alex McCullum back to the 7th spot. Here we go. And the scoring going to do its little thing. There we go. Kiefer, still your race leader here, as Kiefer putting on some very quick times. But if you look, for our sake, at the timing and scoring, there are some guys in the back that are putting up some very quick times as well.
Yeah, looking back, you see Dylan Wilson in the 80 up 4 spots, and Mike Fritz in the comments over here. That between the Wilsons, one thinks he can drive and the other can drive. So I guess they're going to show us which two that is, and for the sake of the one that thinks he can drive, hopefully he can pick up a super late maybe, or a per late, and or maybe we'll come to a surprise and they'll both finish one right in front of the other.
Another caution flag.
Yeah, this one here. Looking, see what it might say. That says Braswell Jr. Let's take a look and see what Braswell could have done here to bring us this caution. If it's not, apologize for the UDTV instant replay at the wrong point, but that's what the list says it is. Looks like he may have just come to a slowdown. And that's what it is. He's just kind of slowly driving around. He might have actually came to a stop and brought it out. He actually came to the pits, which is kind of surprising. Looking up around the racetrack, looking to see if there's anything else catching. No, right there it is. The 41 of Rumsey went around, and it looked like maybe the 45 of Jarrett Jones involved in that, as they were turned around here on the front stretch. Probably Bailey, but he hasn't been on the mic all day.
Matt Bailey is enjoying a birthday.
I'm aware, but Kenneth McLean was asking who the pit reporter was today, so I'm guessing that it's Matt, but his microphone hasn't worked all day.
Matt's enjoying a Coke. He was scheduled to be pit reporting for this race, but you know, he's sitting down there just waving to us at the moment.
Yeah, it makes me look like it's very good. But no, that's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay here. Damian Kiefer continues to be your race leader. And try it one more time, still falling behind. We'll go with those green flags back out. Damian Kiefer, your race leader, off of 2 down the back straight away. Mike Augustine in the 19 hanging on to the 2nd spot. 3rd, Alex McCollum. Having a great race down the back straight away into 3 and 4. And we got cars doing battle for the 5th spot on back.
Battles throughout the raceway right now. Kiefer, though, out in front, has only a very small gap over Augustine and McCullum there. That's actually the top 5, not separated by a second just yet. There it is, Josh Fuller. Now, as the top 5 have stayed close together. Everyone else, though, of course, being further back in the race. But you see the gap starting to happen there between the top 3 now and on back as cars start shuffling their way up front and shuffling their way back.
Dylan Wilson in the 80 up 10 spots already. So right now, hard charger Dylan Wilson in the 80 machine back in, currently running in 12th. So started 22nd up to the 12th spot. As Damian Kiefer continues the lead here in tonight's prelim A main with 9 laps remaining as they work their way off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. And the 3 and 4 Kiefer looking strong. Augustine tries the high second to try to keep the momentum. You see Kiefer now trying to run a slider line, but that's not going to pay off for him as right now Augustine right to the back door coming down the front stretch.
There you see Augustine trying to get in attack. Caution.
Caution flag, Jason Korn. UDTV instant replay coming to you for Jason Korn. Looks like a little contact maybe here. See Jason Korn right there. Got turned by the 16. That looked to be. And unfortunately into the inside billboards there down the front straightaway. So that will be the reason for this caution. And not sure who the 16 is. It's closer to the back there. Take a look at the car here for sure. But anyway, Jason Korn the reason for this caution with an assist. Catch back up with everybody in the field here as we get ready for a double file restart. Field working back around here. Damian Kiefer, Mike Augustine, Alex McCollum, Jason Salter, Craig Stykes, Josh Fuller, Hagen Sorensen, Hunter McCoy, Dylan Wilson, Tyson Ulicki. Your top 10 as we get back to green.
So green flag back out here as we go into turn number 1 and 2. Kiefer, Augustine, oh boy. Contact made there. McCullum shuffled back. Salter shuffled back as well. So a lot of bad breaks there on that last restart. But for one person named Damian Kiefer, he still stays in the top spot.
Mike Augustine benefited from running the top side there. He was able to shuffle through the middle of that as McCollum's big mistake and caution flag's going to come out here. Not sure if there was something else added to the whole mix of stuff that we watched go down. So I'm going to imagine where it was just admin making a late decision. Yeah, we should probably call that back. But from what I'm seeing, it looks like the admins are going to call that start back after Alex McCollum's big miss there in turn 1. Drove it down in and jumped the berm and up the racetrack he went. So unfortunately, that big incident causing this caution as we get closer to the end of our prelim A main. But wow, what a big change of events there. Is biggest mover right now, Dylan Wilson. Our last report, he was in the 10th spot from 22nd, now all the way up to P6, so 16 spots gained. So now we've got to kind of ask which Dylan Wilson is the better one, because one's come up 3 spots and one's come up 16, but I guess Mike Fritz could say could tell us which one he knows it is, because he's the one saying one can and one thinks he can. So I guess he would be able to explain to us which one it is, because right now I think he might be backwards on that, Alex.
I don't know. The 80 machine. Well, the 80 machine is the well-known driver.
Right. Yeah. I'm just filling Mike's shoes, if you know what I mean. Ooh, I'd hope I'd know. I've been around iRacing for a bit myself, but either way, but one of those deals, you know, as we work our way around the Knoxville Raceway here. But Alex, nice to have you back. How was your evening?
Very good.
That's good. So
on a night to call WOTEL, there's only one way, that is having a pre-race spaghetti meal.
There you go.
For the long time people that have known me calling these races, they will remember the nights where it was every Sunday night I had spaghetti before a race.
Wait a minute. So, let me ask you this, because this could be a very important question. The night that Blake Magillis had issues, did you not have spaghetti?
This whole season, I haven't had spaghetti.
Uh, this could be a game changer. We'll have to see if Magillis can pick up the win tonight after you've had your meal. Because
I feel my gut's giving me a Evan C win tonight.
I was gonna say, because Blake already won a big block feature. He's already put a championship in the books. So we'll have to see if it continues. Is once again Damian Kiefer, Mike Augustine, Josh Fuller, Hagen Sorensen, Dylan Wilson, Hunter McCoy, Braden Burnett, Matthew Selby, Alex McCollum, Jason Salter, your top 10 green flag for Kiefer. Down the front straightaway, back to the point. He's got company to the outside. Augustine with a good run, but can he pick the momentum up? This looks like Kiefer going to slide to the top side off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Augustine to the bottom.
Here we go. Battles throughout, side by side. 3 wide almost back there as cars battling it out. Top 10 make it on to the big show. Held right now by Alex McCullum, Austin Hines, Cully, Payne. They're moving up through the field here, but will it be too little too late by the time they get close to the top 10 spot?
Yeah, I was watching Augustine made a mistake there in 3 and 4. He got tight on the last time by, shoved him up the racetrack just a little bit, got him out of sorts a little bit there, allowed Kiefer to slip away a little bit. As it'll be 4 laps to go this time by the stripe for Damian Kiefer. Augustine hanging on to P2, Hagen Sorensen and Dylan Wilson. Wilson up to P4, up 18 spots from the start of this prelim A main.
Damian Kiefer, Mike Augustine, 1 and 2. Hagen Sorensen, Dylan Wilson, both cars moving through the field very quickly here. 8 spots for Sorensen, 18 for Wilson, 12 spots for Burnett, 7 spots for Hines, and they're all in transfer spots for the big show. So talk about guys making statements here with the white flag in the air.
Yeah, white flag is in the air, and Damian Kiefer is looking to hang on to the race lead all the way through. We'll see if he's got the fuel to do it here, as he should, working his way through 3 and 4. Augustine hangs on to P2, Sorensen for P3, looking at the transfer spot. Austin Hines has it. Alex McCollum 1 spot out looking in and picking up the prelim A-main win, and we'll speak with your top 3 and your hard charger in just a moment. But Damian Kiefer picks up the win. Mike Augustine comes home in P2. Hagen Sorensen picks up P3. Dylan Wilson comes home 4th. 5th is Josh Fuller. We'll look at our A-main results here in just a moment. I clicked the wrong one there. We'll get switched out there. So coming home with the win, of course, Damian Kiefer. 2nd, Mike Augustine. 3rd, Hagen Sorensen. 4th, Dylan Wilson. 5th is Josh Fuller, running out your top 5. Finishing 6th, Jason Salter. 7th, Matt Selby. 8th, Braden Burnett. 9th is Hunter McCoy. Running out your top 10 is Austin Hines.
11th, it's Craig Stykes. 12th, Alex McCullum. 13th, it will be Scott Smith. 14th, Jake Cully. Top 15, it's Colin Murphy. 16th, Dylan Wilson, Jason Korn. 17th, 18th, Kenneth Payne. 19th, it's Jarrett Jones. 20th, it's Tyson Ulecki. And then rounding out the rest of the field, Logan Rumsey and James Braswell Jr.
Alrighty, we'll get down here and speak with our top 3 in just a moment, and also speak with Dylan Wilson if he decides to appear. And it's a nickname I don't recognize in here, and I will let Alex figure out who that is.
So first, let's just talk to our race winner of Mr. Damian Kiefer. And Ron, I'm sick of talking to this guy, so you can talk to the winner.
Alrighty, well, Mr. Damian Kiefer picking up tonight's prelim A-main win. How you feeling tonight? It looked like a pretty good run for you.
I felt pretty good there. I stayed up till about 6 in the morning last night, building some goofy stuff on setups, and then it worked here. But yeah, off to a good start here with a prelim win, and hopefully we can achieve the same in the main event.
Also, as far as your setup goes, where do you feel that you want to be in our redraw?
I would love to be on the pole. I mean, who doesn't want to be on the pole? But I mean, I'll take like 2nd or 3rd, but preferably the first 2 rows. I'd probably get a 6 now that I've met saying it, because that's just my luck. I've been in the 6 a few times, but I think if we start up front, we have a chance.
I got you. Well, I'm not asking you to pick where you want pick your redraw spot. I'm just asking to see where you'll be more comfortable with it. So I mean, we're not trying to play anything off of it by any means. But anybody you'd
Yeah.
like to thank help you put you on the podium and the win here in the prelim A main?
For sure. KMJ graphic guy. Love him. He's a great guy. DQ Speed, Tac 3 Defense, ML Performance, Apex Industries, and all the guys back there that I'm working with over there. It's a great team to be a part of. And been working out some stuff with Speed Ranch too with Tomasi, and I think it's gonna help our speed a lot.
All right, congratulations on your prelim A main win, and hopefully we'll see you at the end of the A main.
Hopefully, I'll see you then too.
We're gonna move on down here with Alex Robinson. I believe is caught up with Mike Augustine.
And the man representing the Pennsylvania Posse. Yet again, I feel like he does this for us in this league very often. Mike Augustine not only punches his ticket to the A main, punches his ticket to a redraw, second place finish, and you got to be pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that. I've been picking up a lot of speed here lately, so I just hope I can get some good redraw. Top three would be nice. A win would be nice. Pretty hard to do, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. This is a good start to the night.
And now the redraw. If Blake is here, if Evan's here, if those cars are in the top spots of their server, what's your game plan here if you have to start next to them or in front of them? What's that plan of holding those two off?
Just try and hold my line. Don't really worry about who's behind me. Just race my race. They're just people at the end of the day, so I'm just gonna hope for the best and hope I can get a good finish.
Well, we know you have a lot of great sponsors on that machine, so take some time and thank them for another quick car tonight.
Oh yeah, all the boys back at Team TCM. We've tested a bit this week and getting a lot of speed. Sebers Racing Media, EPI Performance, Mason Crawford, Dustin Hall, Brandon Freeberg for the wrap, and y'all for the broadcast.
That is your second place finisher of Mike Augustine. And Ron, you're catching up with man. Well, I can't even call him a man. A young man who makes me feel real old. It's Hagen Sorensen.
Hey, congratulations, brother. Third place podium spot here in the prelim A main is gonna make you feel good getting a redraw here, getting ready to go into tonight's actual, or I should say the A main that'll take us to the championship portion of tonight's event for the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late models.
Yeah, definitely. Started the race in around 11th, and I knew the car was fast, so I just tried to stay conservative for a little bit there, and then I was just searching around, and I gained some positions, and I got up to the front, and there was a little bit of an incident between me and Craig Stykes, I think, and I didn't mean to throw a dirty slider or anything on him, but he could have let out of the gas too, I thought, so it was just kind of a racing deal. And we got up to the front, and I just kind of followed Mike. There was no use of racing him.
You get in the top 10 there and you start battling for positions to try to better your starting spot, and then you get up to about the fourth spot and you start thinking about whether you're going to get into that transfer spot to get, not really the transfer spot, but the redraw spot. And, the mind of the game changes a little bit, whether you want a redraw spot or if you want to, make sure, you know where you're going to start, but if you get into the third spot, where you finished at, of course, it gives you a chance to better your starting spot by a couple rows. So I mean, at that point, the battle I feel gets a little harder, but you don't want to overthrow your position and lose out on a top 10 transfer in general. So, between both of you, it's still battling pretty hard. It's understandable why throw a slide job. It's not, you don't mean for it to be dirty, but sometimes some things are a little out of your control when you get to a certain point and you try something that doesn't work. But good podium finish for you. And anybody you'd like to thank going forward here this evening?
Oh yeah, for sure. I gotta thank Mike, Cole, Alex, Logan, all helping test make this thing fast, and I gotta thank everybody at Elite Performance Industries, 309 Designs, for the wrap, Sebers Racing Media, and that's about it.
All right, well, congratulations, Hagen, and hopefully a good redraw spot will come your way, and we'll see what happens in the A feature coming up.
Thank you.
Well, Alex, that brings us to a closing point for the prelim portion of tonight's CNC Racing Designs Pro Late models. So, for all you out there in the viewing portion of tonight's event, stick around. We'll be back shortly with the new server in tonight's A main event. Alrighty. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here. We've made it into the feature server here, and take a brief look at what we're looking at here. If things aren't quite my way, 40 lap A main event coming your way here shortly, and we will be awaiting the A main lineup. So we're gonna take a brief pause here before we get ready to go for our CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model A main feature lineup. So we'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, we're back here live at the Knoxville Speedway with Alex Robinson and myself, Ron Piles, on the call for tonight's CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model A main event here. The redraw is complete. We'll bring you guys your starting lineup here as the drivers start to make their way to the staging lanes here for tonight's A main event. A 40-lap event here about to begin at the Knoxville Speedway as the drivers make their way down to the staging lanes here on the pit road. Alex, you want to take us through the official starting grid here from back to front as usual, and we'll split like we did before?
I'd love to. I gotta find the starting grid first.
2, not 4. I'll take the first 2 and you can kick off from there. But starting tailback on the field will be the 32 of Austin Hines. Starting inside of him, the Max Group 7 Sports number 10 of Travis St. Clair will start P19.
Starting in the 18th spot, the 22 of Hunter McCoy. To the inside, it's always his fault, the 11 of Dustin Sizemore.
Starting inside of row number 8 is Braden Burnett in the 16. Oh, it's the 22. His inside will be Travis Gardner in the 37 from the EE Sports. Starting 15th.
In the 14th spot, the 46, that's Matthew Selby. Starting in the 13th spot, the 171, it's Brandon Freebird.
Starting position number 12, the Rocket Esports number 10 of Jason Salter. And his inside will be the 71 of Mario Perez, the Speedworks Mafia number 71.
Row number 5 on the outside, the 12, that's Josh Fuller. To the inside, starting 9th, the 127 from Asheville, New York, it's Blake Majulis.
Already starting inside of row number 4 is going to be, actually is it 4? 5. No, 4, you're right. Alright, getting a little confused there. Dylan Wilson in the 80 will start P8. P7 will be Jaden Cross in the 13 starting P7.
Starting in the 6th spot, it'll be the 45 of Hagen Sorensen. Starting on the inside, the 2 of Dylan Hauser.
Starting P4, outsider number 2 will be Camden Johnson, the 22, and to his inside, the 55 of Cruz Caudell.
Starting on the front row. Wow, we just saw these two finishing first and second, and they're starting second and first. Starting in the second spot from Danville, Pennsylvania, it's the 19. That is Mike Augustine. And to the inside, it is Damian Kiefer.
That is your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model A main event lineup here. 40 laps is the distance. And I tell you what, watching Damian Kiefer and Mike Augustine go at it in the prelim, and they're going to start, like you said, 1-2 again here in tonight's A main event as we get ready to rock and roll here for A main action. iRacing.com official pace car lights are out, and it is away, and here we go. Damian Kiefer and Mike Augustine lead us down into 1-2 on the opening lap here at the Knoxville Raceway.
Cruz Caudell goes right to the inside here as, oh boy, we're getting all bent out of shape here in the mid-pack there, as now Dylan Hauser moves his way up into the 3rd spot. Keep an eye on Dylan Hauser. That man is fast with a capital F. That man knows how to drive any car that we put him in. Hauser in the 3rd spot, chasing down the 55 of Cruz Caudell.
Well, as we stay green here after that incident, I hate to be one of the say I told you so, but I think I called that before we got on the main server that Mike Augustine now back to the 18th spot. Car did get a little tight, and unfortunately, when you start out front, you become a pinball when something bad goes down on the high side here, especially at Knoxville. So he was in the groove, and a lot of guys nowhere else to go. Well, I can't say nowhere for them to go, but definitely being where they want to be in that line, and everybody will move forward. Mostly a spot there is now Augustine back to the 18th spot. So he was only back to 20th, regained 2 spots. So Augustine will probably drive his way back to the front before this one's over. But Damian Kiefer right now continues to lead in the, well, it was 18 earlier. Looks probably the 18 machine, but caution flag's going to fly. This one, I have to see where the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay comes in play here, but caution flag going to fly, and I believe maybe an admin caution being thrown here because I don't see an incident on the speedway. I believe maybe Austin Hines and Travis St. Clair, so we'll check in on this and see which looks like where it's going to be. So, little contact here, I believe. Right there it is, coming off the corner, and hard contact for Travis St. Clair in the 13 and Austin Hines in the 32. Looks to be both drivers going to continue, but a lot of damage to both of those machines. Alrighty. But it looks to be that Austin Hines going to take his car pit side. He may be done for the remainder of the Pro Late Model A main. Looks like we are awaiting the pace car to catch up to the field here. Is Damian Kiefer cleaning? Oh, pace car's out there. Damian Kiefer just cleaning up some tires here, and the field pacing a little bit further back than what I'm used to.
A lot of them are cleaning tires, which never understood. Here on iRacing, I never understood.
Yeah, there's a lot of misunderstood situations with iRacing as far as cleaning tires go, especially on the dirt side of things. And Mario Perez is watching the stream out there. At the same time, we sent a message on Facebook at the same time as pacing, so that's kind of interesting. Don't let Steven catch you doing that, Mario. I don't know what the penalty is. I'm sure it's not going to be pretty.
Look, this Mario Perez has texted and drove so many times, I've lost count.
Well, apparently the penalty is not too hefty, or Steven just ain't paying attention.
He's just a multi-talented person.
Right? I understand where you're coming from, Mario. I've done the same thing before. He's trying to figure out where the leaders are at while he's racing. Wants to know where the line is. So I believe for that, Alex, we're going to have to start covering what's going on back there around 16th, 17th, and 18th and watch Sizemore make his own fault.
It's going to be fun. I want Dustin Sizemore to finish on the podium, or at least hard charger, so I can talk to that 11 machine.
I got the pleasure to race with him here recently and some officials, so I haven't been too far off of each other. The restart has occurred here. Green flag back in the air, and I tell you what, we're almost 3 wide already. Hauser to the inside of the 55 of Caudell. Carhart in the wall. That's the 45 of Sorensen, I believe. Not sure who that was. That was crazy. That might have been Jaden Cross.
As caution flag is out.
That was Sorensen at the beginning there. So the UDTV instant replay coming your way, and as soon as I can scroll. Things is a little wild here, keep me from going to where I need to go. But Hagen Sorensen hard in the outside wall in turns 1 and 2 on the restart. The Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay going to bring this up. Jaden Cross and Mario Perez involved in this as well. So you'll see here, it just straight got tight, and unfortunately Perez and Cross not able to get woed up, or they got woed up and got run over more or less. And unfortunately for Sorensen, he is up on his side, sitting in the exit of turn 2.
Well, kids, don't text and drive. Lessons from Mario Perez.
You see what happened there was Perez saw what happened in front of him going into 1 and 2 on the live stream, and then he checked up to avoid it, and then got run over.
Don't help him out with no.
I'm not taking up for him.
Don't help him with this.
He's exactly Jaden Cross.
Don't give this man any more excuses.
Yeah, I'm not giving an excuse. If he wasn't watching the big screen in the infield while he's driving, he probably could have avoided the whole thing.
Look, I'm more upset that Mario Perez doesn't get a podium than I can talk to him anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm calling him out. There it is. I knew it was coming at some point tonight that Mario Perez would ask about being some part of the broadcast.
Well, Colton Herbert asked who's broadcasting. So, I mean, you got Alex Robinson on the other hand of the microphone, and you got myself or Ron Piles here broadcasting on UDTV. So, I mean, you know, we got to talk to Colton Herbert at one point in time.
I have to say, I'm offended. I've called so many of his races. I'm offended.
You're not wrong. Mike Fritz says, new job, new hours. That's the Mario Perez way. Well, don't get a new job. Sometimes some need it though, so it happens. What? That bird flies both ways, dear. Well, two birds, one stone. Okay. Colton Herbert said he should be out here tonight. We weren't talking about you. It's in the chat over here. Yeah, stuff happens all the time. Is lights go down on the iRacing.com official pace car, which means she'll go back to green here pretty soon. I'm not sure, Blake. I had to take another look here. Blake Majulis up 7 spots to second. What? Did I miss something?
Blake Majulis makes something out of nothing. I swear, he always shows up somewhere.
Well, we're going back to green here, and your CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models back to green, and Blake Majulis to P2, and going to throw the caution here, not ready to go back to green. I'm going to imagine there's something going on in the timing and scoring that isn't supposed to be the way that it went down.
So, Hunter McCoy's up 8 spots into the 10th spot. Dustin Sizemore and Braden Burnett both up 5 spots. Jason Salter up 6. Majulis, as of right now he moves back to 4, so now he's up 5 spots.
Hunter McCoy right now, your hard charger. Actually, yeah, yep, Hunter McCoy. 8 spots from 18th to 10th. So quite the interesting start so far. We have 35 laps remaining in this, which means... And this is exactly why we don't put the super server up before this feature's over.
Trust me, I've been looking at the time. I'm like, this is not going to end well.
No. And I've also noticed that there have been some issues, per se, on the dirt side since the new update.
And supers, I trust that we go green to checkered and I can run some officials by the end of the night. But who knows? We'll find out because the green flag is back out. Damian Kiefer into turn 1 and 2.
Kiefer with a great restart, big lead through 1 and 2. So that's almost just shy of a half-second gap there. He's got a 10th to make up before that happens. And Cruz Caudell on to P2, Dylan Hauser to P3. He's got company. Blake Majulis taking over P3. And Dylan Hauser will fall to P4. Here comes Dylan Wilson in the 80 to P5. Jason Salter in the 10 to P6. Matt Selby in the 46 to P7. Hunter McCoy to P8. Ninth is Brandon Freeberg and running our top 10 Camden Johnson. But, man, that battle for third right now heating up between Hauser and Majulis. Both of these drivers fantastic in the simulator. Big slide job there from Hauser. Crossover coming from Majulis to the bottom. And what a race we got going on for P3.
You know what? I feel like I've been here before. I've seen this battle before. All right, if you watch any Pro Series from the late models in the past years, this is a battle that has been accustomed to Dylan Hauser and Blake Majulis. Slide job by Hauser yet again. Majulis underneath. And everyone says about the Evans C, Blake Majulis instant classics and the battles. Guess what? When you put Hauser, Majulis, C, those guys together, it is on like Donkey Kong. And here we go, slide job yet again by Dylan Hauser.
Yeah, but it's definitely fantastic racing action between these two guys as they come close here. And battle for real estate's going to get real. Looks like Majulis going to stick the left front tire and the nose up on the berm. And it's going to be Hauser coming to the bottom side here and right next to each other. These guys always putting on one heck of a show, and you can't miss it anywhere on the iRacing Sim. You watch these guys get after it here at the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models. They're going to put it on here tonight, and once one of these drivers gets settled in, look out for the leaders because I'm sure one of these guys is going to come forward and challenge Damian Kiefer for the race leaders. Right now, it's Cruz Caudell in the runner-up spot. And it seems like right now Damian Kiefer well in control of this one.
Kiefer in control here. Cruz Caudell, Dylan Hauser as now watch out the 80 machine of D1RT. Dylan Wilson going to join the party here.
Yeah, Wilson definitely sitting back and watching these guys and wasn't quite, a little more contact here. And Majulis and Hauser just a little misjudge of the nose, and look at that. Here comes Dylan Wilson sticking his nose in the bottom. He's like, oh, we got a big slide job coming back there. Looked like maybe Selby trying to come through the field. And that's Salter and Freeberg, I think, where the slide job occurred, because right now Selby is clear with the battle of the 80 machine of Wilson. So battles are starting to pick up here, and unfortunately for these guys, and fortunately for your race leader, Damian Kiefer, these guys are racing hard back here behind them.
Racing hard here. Cruz Caudell closing in on that race leader now, as you might have a battle for the race lead between Caudell and Kiefer. Hauser, Majulis, and Wilson there for that third spot. So here we go. Knoxville Raceway becoming a little more racy here as we are 14 laps in the book.
Yeah, as things widen out here, these drivers are going to have a little bit more room to run and a little bit more space for that mistake to happen. It may even just give them more room on the bottom to try to make a pass. So it just comes down to how they decide to handle whatever they got going on, where they're out on the speedway.
As here we go, Cruz Caudell top side, a little slider line by Kiefer, holds off the 55 for right now. And it is on here for your race lead. Kiefer holds off Caudell in turn 3 and 4. Dylan Hauser holding the third spot, but now Matthew Selby going to join the mix there as well. So you have Majulis, Hauser, Wilson, Selby for that third spot.
Yeah, Majulis and Hauser going back at the ever so. Oh man, I could have sworn that looked like that car was on full send from Majulis as they went into the corner. But Hauser able to back it up, make the space, and be able to run him back down and get around on the outside to hold on to that third spot. Here comes Wilson going to the bottom now to see if he can hang on to that position as well. Looking back through the field. Right now, Hunter McCoy has picked up 9 spots. He's currently in the, make that 10 spots now as he slips into the 8th position. For your hard charger right now is another battle going on. It looks like the 46 of Selby has caught Dylan Wilson's 80 machine as Wilson was trying to work under Blake Majulis and Hauser. And Majulis and Hauser, man, I tell you what, Majulis has such a great run off the corner, and Hauser's lacking a very small bit of momentum, but Majulis having to lift just about every time that they come off the corner to keep from clipping the corner pin on Hauser. So apparently Majulis has some corner exit strategy going that's a little better than Hauser. So we'll have to see how this plays out throughout the rest of this event as we are halfway home. Cross legs for Damian Kiefer.
Kiefer out in front. Cruz Caudell second. Hauser, Majulis, Wilson, your top 5 here. There comes Majulis to the inside yet again on Dylan Hauser. Slide job for the third spot. Here comes Hauser back to the inside. What is Cruz Caudell going to do here? They both go top side still in turn 3 and 4. That 55 machine biding his time right now to make a move on Damian Kiefer.
I was looking at Cruz Caudell, and the way he's running is both of them, Kiefer and Caudell, running a slider line through 1 and 2. But I was watching Caudell go through the corner, and I'm noticing something with his machine. Kiefer's tires are all on the ground. Caudell really slid that thing in there and sent it in there through 1 and 2 the last time by. It lifted the left front tires up off the ground. You see it right here as it picked it up running the extreme high side. And so that car's got a lot of bite and a lot of dig on that right rear in the center of the corner.
Now, is it costing him time? Because he got up in the marbles. He does it again, but not as high. In turn 1 and 2, I feel like he went more high than he expects. As here he goes again, and it looks to cost him a little bit of time till he gets back on where there is moisture, but not so much. As it looks to be right above the slick is where you want to be, not up in the marbles, and it's costing Cruz Caudell in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to cost him some time. It's going to take him a while to get that back, but he does have a little bit of time here, so he might just be trying something, and maybe he's waiting for Kiefer to make a mistake in the slick and hoping that the moisture picks up for him up there above the racing groove here, where he's got just about where he wants to be. It looked like through 3 and 4 that time, as he is running down Damian Kiefer once again. So he's going to try the extreme high side in 1 and 2 again, and maybe get a good pull here down off the corner. So it may be working for him so far. It looks to be a little quicker for him to do that, or Kiefer made a mistake through 1 and 2 last time by.
Kiefer now going to have to play a little bit more defensive here because that 55 machine catching up. I don't know, lap traffic might not become an issue here in this A main event unless we go green to checkered here, and then still maybe not, as I do not know where Travis St. Clair is on the racetrack. He's 12 seconds behind, but where is St. Clair? I think he's, still a whole corner away.
Potentially, we'll see. It's 12 seconds is, we're running probably 17-second lap time. So about a 5-second gap from Travis St. Clair probably right now. So we'll have to see. Don't quite see him come into frame at the replay, but I believe they're about straight away and a half a corner away from your race leader. So we may see them within the 5 lap to go as long as we stay green, or unless something major happens with him and Mario Perez and Jaden Cross. But right now, Damian Kiefer continues to lead. Cruz got a way up high in the marbles, coming through 3 and 4 as they come down the back, their front straightaway here. You've got Damian Kiefer still continuing to lead. Caudell's trying everything he can to get that car to hike up and get back down the straightaway and do the old boogie woogie. But Dylan Hauser, Blake Magillas have quit racing each other, and now we're trying to run down. Cruz got on the 55 with about 9. The caution flag is out. We will not see lap traffic in this event. Looking to see who might have had an incident there. I am uncertain at the moment. Looks like, yeah, I can't pull anything from what I'm looking at. Everything's pretty kosher here. Let's see who a big loser might have been there. Not certain. I don't have anything to go off of, Alex. So right now, Damian Kiefer going to be your race leader. When we go back to green here. 10 laps to go, so we should have a decent shootout to the end. Alex, to what extent do we owe Mario Perez a close-up of his car so we can see how damaged it is?
I want to see it.
You want to see it?
I want to see it.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Actually, it just sounded like they're going back to green. I was like, wait a minute here. Let's see what this does. It looks a little chewed up.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit, the Mario Perez machine. A little chewed up here as we get back to green. Damian Kiefer's ready to rock and roll. CNC Racing Designs Pro late models. Oh, gonna fall under yellow here already. And interesting to see. The Ultimate Dirt TV Instant Replay says, and I'm not gonna quote this for sure, but somebody was paying attention to what we were doing, I think, Alex.
Maybe.
And then Travis St. Clair wasn't paying attention, and around goes Mario Perez.
No, I'm blaming Mario. He was on his phone again.
Only partially, but still. Alrighty, so we will look at Damian Kiefer, our current race leader.
I might need to run and get another monster before the end of the night.
The way it's going, I can imagine. And cautions breed cautions, so we will see how the rest of this one plays out. Still 10 laps to go, and Damian Kiefer continues to be your race leader. Cruz Caudell is P2, Dylan Hauser P3, Blake Magillas P4.
You know what? I'm going to go defensive mode here. I'm going to mess with frickin' Brett Wheeler and all them.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Knoxville's so good. Oh, we will never go to Williams Grove. They cause too much cautions, huh? Pretty sure Knoxville has as many cautions as Williams Grove.
We're getting there.
Uh-huh.
The numbers are going up.
And Williams Grove, it takes an actual driver to drive Williams Grove.
And looking at this, I believe Blake Magillas, unless something happens in the next 10 laps to Blake Magillis, I believe, will also pick up the points championship in the prolates as well.
I'm not surprised. When you win over 50%, I think it's actually over like 80% of the races. It's not surprising there. But here we go. Battle for second. Majulis, Caudell, and Hauser now going at it. The two machine got the jump off the start and took over the second spot. But now Majulis and Caudell side by side for the third spot here.
Yeah, 3 wide for second right now, and that battle, Majulis, Hauser, Caudell, all duking it out for P2 right now, and Caudell gonna fall to the 4th spot. Blake Majulis going to try after Hauser. Here comes Caudell to the bottom through the slick, not gonna have it this time by. He may actually end up giving that spot up to Dylan Wilson. Wilson now, the battle with the 55 machine is now Majulis battling with Hauser once again as we continue to, and Majulis gets a little crossed up because I guess Caudell wanted that position a little bit more there, so now it's going to knock Majulis back to P4 again. He's got to fight his way back forward with 6 laps to go, this time by the stripe for Damian Kiefer.
So now it is Kiefer, Hauser, Wilson, your top 3 here. Hunter McCoy up to 4th, so keep an eye there. Hard Charger up to the 4th spot here and has passed Blake Majulis, but watch out. Blake Majulis at 127 is now a man on a mission.
Yeah, Blake Majulis trying to reel in your race. Your top 4 there, including the race leader, is Hunter McCoy, Cruz Caudell, and Blake Majulis still in battle back here for that spot. So Majulis has fallen back into the clutches of Caudell, and we'll have to see. He's trying to go forward with the 22 of Hunter McCoy. And McCoy back to 5th here as he tries. So we're going to 4 laps remaining for Damian Kiefer, your race leader. Majulis still trying to work the bottom here around McCoy. And Dylan Wilson looking at a battle with Dylan Hauser. And looks to be that battle not happening at the moment, but the 127 of Majulis trying to make the bottom side of the speedway come to call here late in the going as we come to 3 to go.
3 to run here. Kiefer, Hauser, Wilson, top 3. That can change in a matter of seconds because here comes Blake Majulis on Hunter McCoy now. We're about to go 3-4 car racing. 4 podium spots here. The 127 machine of Blake Majulis to the inside here on Hunter McCoy. 127 next to the 22. Here's the 80 machine of Dylan Wilson. 3-car battle for the 3rd spot here. Helped by Dylan Wilson. Majulis gets by McCoy. Goes to the inside on the 80 machine now of Dylan Wilson for the 3rd spot here. 3 cars, 1 podium spot on the line.
And 1 lap to go as we work our way into 1 and 2. Here we go, 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Majulis on the bottom, Wilson on the top shelf. And looks like Hunter McCoy going to fall to the 5th spot. Coming across the stripe, it's going to be Damian Kiefer, Dylan Hauser, Dylan Wilson, Hunter McCoy, and Blake Majulis will round out your top 5. What a race. A lot of cautions, but still did not disappoint to the wire at the end. And we'll look at the rest of our finishing results here as we have them. And looks to be Damian Kiefer finishing with your race win. Dylan Hauser, the number 2, coming up in P2, so that's kind of a thing here. So Dylan Wilson comes home in 3rd in the 80. 4th is Hunter McCoy in the 22. 5th, Blake Majulis in the 127. 6th, Cruz Caudell in the 55. 7th, Camden Johnson in the 22. 8th, Braden Burnett in the 16. 9th, Jason Salter in the 10. And rounding out your top 10 is Dustin Sizemore in the 11. So once again, Sizemore not picking up a podium spot to get that interview.
Coming home in the 11th spot, Jaden Krause, Josh Fuller, 12th, 13th, Brandon Freeberg, 14th, Travis Gardner, Mario Perez, 15th, 16th, Matthew Selby, 17th, Travis St. Clair, Mike Augustine, Hagen Sorensen, Austin Hines round out your 20-car field. And let's go right down to it. Let's go to interviews. And the man, now I must have offended him because he messaged me after the race. Your race winner, Damian Kiefer. And man, oh man, the luck of the draw happens tonight. And look what happens when you draw the pole. You win a race.
Right there. Yeah, it's pretty nice drawing a 1 there. That's like the first decent pull I've had in War of the Thunder this season. But no, I felt really good there. Honestly, probably one of the best I've ever felt at Knoxville. I knew the setup was going to get faster and faster as we went. Most should have slicked off a little bit faster early, but you'll have that in these races.
Well, we know you got to get ready for the super late models. Time to switch over to those. So take some time and thank your sponsors one more time for a great race here tonight.
All right, for sure. All the guys at Apex Industries back there, love working with them. I've enjoying iRacing. Again, Tac 3's defense, ML Performance, DK Speed, and all the guys back there, and then Shop Fergie 22. And been working with Tomasi lately, getting these sets dialed in. And I think I came upon something last night about 5:30 a.m., and it paid off here.
That is your winner here tonight, Damian Kiefer. Ron, you're catching up with our second place finisher.
Yep. Congratulations, Dylan Hauser. A fantastic second place run for you, battling it out with Blake Majulis there through the majority of the race. And he had a little mishap there, and you were able to drive away from him and pick that up. Tell us about your run, brother.
Yeah, man, we just set up way too tight for that feature, and then we got that contact early on in the race there, like lap 5 or 6. We had driven the back of and just tore the spoiler off it, but we were so tight in that race that we shouldn't even been top 5, but we manhandled that thing around there and brought home second. Hopefully we could, I don't know what we need to do for the supers, but that track was just wide open the whole time. Hopefully we can somehow get it slickened off a little faster so we can put on a show for you guys, but it was just wide open. And with the damage I had, it was hard to really make up time or gain time with anybody because it was just tough being slower. But we brought it home second. That's a good run, not a bad run. We'll take what we learned from tonight, put it towards the next race at Knoxville and Pros, and we'll move on to the Supers and see if we can't get it done there.
Well, I'm not going to hold you up too much longer, but like you said, definitely slow down the super late model server a little bit and maybe make some more passes here and take away that race win in the super lates. But go ahead and thank your sponsors here and anybody that got you to the podium finish here in the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Models.
Yeah, I got to thank everybody who put this deal together over here at World Thunder. Thank you guys for putting it on broadcast, and I got to thank all my sponsors: 3D Racing, LTX Homes, Platinum Paints, just everybody, Cruz, J-Man, everybody. Everybody's in our Discord, helping it week in and week out. Calvin for helping us spot, and just everybody. It's a team effort. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we're going to keep plugging away, and we'll see you in Supers. Hopefully one spot higher.
10-4 on that. We'll see you soon. I believe Alex has caught up with our third place finisher here, Dylan Wilson.
And he's back on the podium yet again. We talk about it coming out of a very short Tom Brady-ish retirement is Dylan Wilson. And he gets back on his winning ways real quick here. So podium finish after, coming from a LCQ in the prelim feature, hard charger, get into that, and then get into this show and a podium finish. Talk about the night so far.
Yeah, I'm just there to take up space, really. I just want to get clean laps in, and a big frustrating part about these cars is when you get just a little bit of damage, it seems like you lose all your pace. So just trying to get through these races with no damage, kind of see what the tracks do, see how they play out, see how the drivers are. Just kind of get back to the swing of things of racing all the time and knowing who you're racing and knowing the tracks. And that's what's important from going to getting top 5s to winning a bunch of races. So I feel like we're on the right track to get there. Just probably a couple months worth of races before we're winning consistently, but it feels good for only being back a couple weeks now.
And we know you got a lot of great sponsors that have stuck with you through your little hiatus, and they stuck with you now coming back into the season. So take some time and thank them for all their support.
Yeah, for sure. Just thanks to D1RT Racing. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting, World of Thunder for the long days putting all 3 of these races on every Sunday. So appreciate everyone behind the scenes that makes all this happen.
That is your third place finisher tonight of Dylan Wilson. And Ron, you're catching up with our hard charger tonight.
Yeah, our charger, Hunter McCoy, coming up 14th spots. Started 18th and came up to the 4th spot. Hunter, what was the key to getting your machine through all the traffic here tonight at the Knoxville Speedway?
Man, I'll tell you what. All I could tell you is just play smart and just look out ahead of you. Make sure. I don't know. I'm just very speechless right now.
Well, definitely keeping the nose clean and having a good aerodynamic car to make your way to the front here at the Knoxville Raceway. Who helped you make that car come up 14 spots from the 18th to 4th to get this interview here? I mean, just right outside of podium spots, but able to pick up a hard charger interview. Who makes it possible for you here tonight?
Yeah, I can't thank Mid-South Mafia for helping me make it all the way up here. And the only person that really helped me play smart was Camden Johnson. He helped me a lot. I can't really thank everybody on the car, and I can't really thank my great great granddaddy, even though he recently passed away, but can't thank him for watching over top of me and all my sponsors on the car.
Well, sorry to hear about the passing of your grandfather. But congratulations, man. Definitely, Spirit's bringing you to the front here tonight, and hopefully we'll see you again soon here on UDTV.
Yeah, I'm glad I get to run up with these boys.
Alrighty, well, that's gonna do it for the Pro Late models, the CNC Racing 9 Pro Late models. We'll be back in a moment's notice here with the Ultimate Dirt TV. See you soon.